Hi, my name is Alessandro Angelosi and that's a video tutorial coming from cgcookie.com for MaxCookie. This time we have to work on the part 5 for the creating an elevator tutorial series. Last time we created the same rendering using Final Render, and this time we have to work using V-Ray. So the tutorial series will be over and we can move to a new project, and we can finalize also, for example, older projects as the Tron related portal tutorial. So we tried to work in the same way we worked on Final Render. So we have the arrayment array scene now, and we have to convert everything to the usage for V-Ray. So the first thing we have to do is to go in the render setup, and we have to set V-Ray as rendering engine. And we have to choose V-Ray Advanced. Okay, we have to start working on the scene. So let's set a lower resolution to play with the scene, and we can work with a really low anti-alias. So we can go for fixed 1, and you see we set to 1, and we can use the area. Let's go in the global switches, and I like to work with the override material, and we can let's do something like that. We can just for the moment hold the scene. Perfect. We can select the roof lamp, and we can create hot lamp. Okay, that's the shader, and we can make a material with V-Ray, and we can use the V-Ray light material. Okay, you see that it needs, we can put a map, but in this case we can use just a color. Okay, let's stay with this value for the moment, and later we can fix other things. And we can use a really simple shader actually for everything, and we can create let's say maybe let's think about what we can do, and I like to use the V-Ray material, and let's check just inside the render there we have to lock, so we have the rendering also in the material editor, and we can put this one for the lamp, and this one for all the other meshes. So select invert, and we can assign. Okay, let's go there, and let's try to render just one frame, but we can use also a lower resolution. So let's go for 350. And you see that we have no lighting inside, obviously. So let's set to on the indirect illumination. Let's remove the refractive, and let's see what happens. We can set, I like to have a really low preset for the radiance map, and set the show calc phase so we can see what it's doing during the calculation. And for the moment we can stay with this setup. So let's do it, and you see that we have a rough illumination. Let's see what happens if we use a similar way as we done in Final Render using the light cache, show calc phase, and let's use a low level for the subdivision. Okay, and that's our render. So we can go with this way to create the scene, and we can start playing with it. So let's go inside edit, fetch, to go back to our scene, and we can start working on the all the settings we have to do. Let's set the material editor. Okay, and let's start from the lamp, and we use the V-Ray light material, and we use for the moment the basic setup. And then we can continue working. That's the alt lamp. Let's use this color, and let's go for heavy ray light material and paste the color, and later we fix the other steps. That's the metal, so let's copy the texture, and then we can go for a V-Ray material and put this one, and later we work on the shading, on the real shading. For the moment I like just to work a little bit on the, in general, on the various steps. So I like to copy the noise map there as a copy, and there we need this map copy, and we can use again a V-Ray material, paste this one, and then we need the BAMP mapping. So let's go inside maps, and we can copy there, and we can go for 5, so a really low value. That's the bottom light. The bottom light can be the same, so let's copy this one, and we can use a final render, a V-Ray light material, and paste. That's a lamp grid, and that's just a metal, so we can go there, V-Ray material, and we can go for a dark gray, and we can go there to use a reflection, and we can go for a Fresnel reflection, and we can go for, let's go maybe for 6 for the moment, and we can have the glossiness, let's go for something like that, maybe a little bit less, okay. And for the moment we can stay with the setup, and we have for sure other shaders that must be fixed. Let's select this one, the roof. The roof is just a gray metal. Let's use this gray, and we can go for a V-Ray material, paste this color, not so much reflective, and it will for sure Fresnel. Let's set the Fresnel reflection, and let's use a really high value, and later we can decide if we like to have an highlight glossiness and a reflection glossiness differences. Let's see for this material. Okay, this one is metal, copy, and V-Ray material, paste a little bit of reflection, sorry, and let's go for a Fresnel reflection, and let's go for 8, and we go for something like that, and then we have the glass, and the glass we can go there, V-Ray material, and we can go for a black, a little bit of reflection, and we can go for a Fresnel reflection with 6 for the for this level. Let's say that we have no Fresnel reflection, but we have highlight glossy, so something like that, and we have to refract, so we'll have maximum refraction, and we have 1 for the refraction. And now let's go there, and let's select all the glasses height, and we have to choose this one, and you see that's the image copy, and we need a V-Ray light material, and we'll use the image as lighting, and then let's go for the floor, and same way copy this one, V-Ray material, light material, sorry, and paste the map there. Okay, so we have basically fixed a lot of stuffs. We need this shader and this one. So let's pick the glass, and the glass needs to work with a glossiness map. So copy, and we'll have for sure also the noise. So this one can become a V-Ray, sorry, not a light, V-Ray material. This will be black. We need to have reflection. We have complete reflection, and the refraction is the map. Later we can see if we have to invert the map or not. And we need also the bump map, so let's go there, copy, and there inside the maps, paste, and this one will be really low, so let's try with 2. And we need also the floor, sorry, let's select. Okay, we have this map, so let's copy, and we go for a V-Ray material, paste there, and for the moment we can go for a NEV reflection with a Fresnel reflection. Let's try with 4, 3, and let's have for the moment no glossiness, and later we can fix it. Okay, I think we have everything. We can save, and we can try to make a test render. Sorry, I have to scale to 350, and we can render it. We need to set everything again. Let's remove this one. Let's go for the light cache, really low, show calc phase, and for the light cache 250, and show calc phase. Render. And that's our basic result. We have obviously to work over it, but it's not bad to be the beginning. Let's go there, and you see that we have also the possibility to work with an ambient occlusion layer. Let's try to make just one area there, and let's see what happens if we have this one, let's say 350 meters. Let's see what happens. So you see that we have the ambient occlusion directly over the rendering. We can do maybe 150 to have a lower level, but you see that everything is done directly inside the rendering without the needs to work on the shaders, and that's really useful, and we can use it without problems. So let's work on the scene. So let's hide hold the glasses, hide, and let's see again what happens with the glasses too. Okay, we have to work on the map there, and I like to go there, glossiness. Let's see this map. Let's see what happens if we have this map without the inversion. And let's move there. Okay, it's really too much, but we can change. Sorry, I have to remove this one and this one too. Let's see in this way. And that's the its properties. Let's move and let's see again. and just playing a little bit with this map to obtain a look that I can like. Okay, something like that. Can be nice. Let's see again. Okay. So what do we need inside this scene? We have to, for sure, there we have on this material we have the subdivision, and let's see what happens if we have, for example, 16. We'll have a better gloss reflection, and maybe we can use the multiplier later inside the rendering. Okay, we can stay with 16 for the moment. Let's start playing. I think that this shader can be okay, I think. Let's go there over this one. Let's see what happens if we have, for example, more lighting. Let's try with 3. Let's select this area. Okay, so we have more lighting coming from this light, and I prefer in this way. And let's go to the glass for the monitor there. That's the glass. Let's try to have more reflection, and let's see what happens. I like to see more reflectivity, and we have the refraction, and that's okay. And let's try to remove for the moment the glossiness. Let's have a little bit less refraction. Okay. And now we can work on something else. I like also to have the FX shadows, so we have the shadows calculated by the glass. Let's see the rendering. This shader is not bad. Let's see that that's this one. I think we can stay with this value. Maybe let's try just to have more subdivision, so 16, and let's try having 0.7 just to make a test. Okay. Okay. Let's work on this one. And this one is the outdoor front. Let's start with no glossiness, just to see how it is reflecting. Okay, you see that we have an high reflection, and we need also the bumping, so let's go there, copy, and there we can go inside the maps, paste, and let's go for 3. Let's render again. So you see we have a little bit of distortion over the metal. Perfect. And I'd like to play a little bit with the glossiness. Let's try with 0.85 and 16 for the subdivision, and let's have a little bit more space there and render. Okay, that's really not bad. I'm thinking about it, and I think that's okay. Okay, so let's move to the door material, and I like to have a metal, shading, but with a really good quality. So, sorry again, and we have it there, and let's start playing with a little bit of refraction, and let's see what happens. You see, it's really high, obviously, actually. As you see that we have the distortion, maybe we need a little bit less distortion, just a little bit. So let's go there, and let's say maybe 3. And I like to have also there the anisotropy. Just a little bit, okay. And go back to this shader, and we need to have Fresnel reflection. Let's try with 10. You see that the reflection are a little bit less visible now. Okay. We need to have the reflection ghostiness, so let's start playing with it. Let's try with 0.7, and let's try with a subdivision of 16. And I like to use this map also to control the highlight glossiness. So let's use this, or maybe we can, I'm just thinking about it, yes, we can use a little bit over the glossiness. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I like to give a color to the reflection, so let's go there, and the same thing must be done there. So this one, okay, and let's go for something like that. And there we need a color too, and we like to have something that is metallic. So let's check again now the rendering. I think we have to change a little bit the color there to be more similar to the first one. Okay, let's go for something more reddish. Okay, and let's have less refraction glossiness, and let's change a little bit in this way. So we have a different glossiness for the highlight and another glossiness for the refraction. It is better now. Okay, I'd like to go there to have a little bit of anisotropy. Okay, something like that. And we can stay with this value. Maybe I'd like to have something like that, or maybe we can start with this color there, and then I like to have more saturation, and it will be a little bit darker. Let's see now it looks. Now it is too similar to the other. So let's go back to something more reddish, more metallic, and let's check it now. I think we have to add more red, maybe, or maybe not. I think not. Okay, let's play with this one. The lighting for the buttons is okay. Let's play a little bit over this metal plate there, and that's a metal plate, so let's have higher reflection. Let's say Fresnel reflection, let's say something around 10 for the IRR, and for the moment we can just try to render it. You see that now it's really reflective. So let's go for a lower level of refraction, and let's go to have some kind of glossiness, and let's have something like that for the highlight glossiness. It is a little bit better, so I think that is not bad. I'm just thinking to have something over it. For sure I'd like to have a little bit of anisotropy, and the other things there are okay. So let's see again, and then we'll work a little bit over the pavement. Okay, save. And now I like to work there. So let's go to the pavement, and this one is the lamp grid. Maybe we can have a little bit of anisotropy. Let's do something like that. Okay, and the pavement, let's search for it. Okay, that's the glass screen, and that's okay. I like just to have a little bit of glossiness there. And we were searching for the pavement. Okay, there. Let's have a little bit of ragness, and let's see the color. I like to change a little bit the color. That's too red, and that's maybe better, because I like to have a little bit of distinction of differences between the pavement and the floor. And I think we have to change a little bit more, and let's have maybe more clear, so we'll have more differences. Okay, let's see to have a really high reflectivity for the moment without refraction glossiness. We have some reflection there. We need for sure to have more. Let's go for 4. And let's try to have a glossiness value in this way, and I like to use this map copy. Let's use it in the we can use it in the glossiness, paste as a copy. Let's go for 50, and we can use also there to see some differences, and we can make it really low just to have, you see, some differences there. And let's see if we can use also there to have a little bit of brightness based on this color, but it's not so much different, so let's try in this way. Okay, we have more reflection there, but it is not so much. We have the maximum reflectivity. Let's see what happens if we have an higher level. So let's try with 10. We should have a really high reflectivity now. You see that now we have more reflection there. We can go there, and I like to have this kind of reflection, but we can start to have maybe 0.9 for the reflection grossness, and let's check it. We need 16 for the subdivision. Okay, let's go for 16. In general, we have the right shaders actually. Let's go there. Okay, and save and close. Sorry, close. Let's select the camera. We can remove the multipass effect, and we can see actually, let's set just one area for the rendering, just this one, for example, and let's have an higher, a little bit of higher anti-alias. Let's try with 1, 2, so it's not so high, and it will be not so slow. Okay, that's our basic result. We saw that using Mentor Ray we can have the control over the bloom and the glare, and we can do the same inside. Sorry, we have to remove this one, so we have now to maybe to fix stuffs. Okay, everything is okay. We can go inside the effects, and we have the V-Ray lens shader, lens effects, sorry, and you see that we have the bloom and the glare, and we have the possibility to control everything there. Let's see with the interactive rendering. Update scene. Okay, let's see the bloom. You see that it's working in this way, and we have also the possibility to create the glare. But in this case, I think we can go for the bloom. Let's remove This one, it is updating. Okay, and let's go for 5 for the sides. Let's see, with and without you. Okay, maybe 8, a little bit more, and on the final render we have to check it, but for the moment we can stay with these settings. Okay, let's remove the interactive and let's close. And another thing I want to check with you is the possibility, let's go for a little bit lower sides for the bucket. And I mean, we have there the possibility to have the color mapping, and we have the control over the camera. And you see that we have the depth of field. And let's go there and let's say get from camera, and let's see what happened. We have to fix the various parameter. And we can, for example, starting having just 5 centimeters for the aperture. We are picking the focal distance from the camera, and let's see what happens if we try to render in this way. You see that now it seems that we have in focus also this area, maybe a little bit out of focus this area, and can be interesting. That's why you see that it's not so slow using the depth of field, and that's really interesting. Let's wait. Maybe there can be a little bit slower because we'll have the door and it will be out of focus. You see that there is out of focus, and that's a really good example of result. Okay, and you see that there we have also the possibility to have the sides for the shape used for the depth of field, and I'd like to have this kind of result. Let's see how it looks, maybe just on this area that is out of focus. We can also use maybe a little bit a different aperture, and we can have a little bit more sampling to have less grain. And to make it better, we can go for 4 centimeters for the aperture, and let's try to have 12 subdivision. Let's see also how much it will be slower than before. You see it's a little bit maybe slower, but nothing so bad. Let's see there where we have a really high amount of depth of field. And that's really not bad. And you see that the quality is enough. Maybe we can go with a lower aperture still, and let's see just this area. Maybe we can have a little bit different color, focal point. Okay, now I like it. And let's go there. And I like to check the camera. So select camera, and let's see the focal point is at 250. Let's see where it's there, and as you can see we have an out of focus, so let's go for 292. So let's go there, 292, 200, yes, sure, 92. Let's see it again, and there we should have the right focus. Okay, you see, and we'll have the out of focus there. Then now we can set the various rendering parameters, and we are ready to render the final image. Also, this one was a really simple way to set V-Ray for images like that. In the future, we'll prepare more complex tutorial about V-Ray and photorealistic render. Okay. Let's close there, and just to be fast, we can remove for the moment the the depth of field. Let's save, and we have to see how to set up the render for the final render. Let's go in the render viewport there, something like that. Let's go there, and for the moment we can set to off the V-Ray lens effect, and I'd like to see something there. Okay, the parameter is this one, the global subdivision multiplier. I'd like to try 2. So where we have, for example, 16 there for the glossiness, we'll have 32 inside the rendering. It will be slower, but it will be more precise. Let's see if it can be enough. We have to think about to use also an higher level for the anti-alias, and it seems not bad. I think with a good anti-alias, I think can be enough. Okay, so to be sure about it, let's make a test. So let's go inside V-Ray, and there we can use the Michelin Trevally, and we can go for 2 and 8, and let's see what happens. It will be slower for sure, but we have to check the final parameters. You see that it's a little bit slower. We have maybe still a little bit of grain there. We can make a test. Let's try with 3 for the global subdivision. And let's see how it looks. Obviously, in case you are rendering animation, we can use different tricks to have faster rendering. It is a little bit better than before. Okay, so let's close there. We have the right amount for the anti-alias, and now we have to tweak the other parameters. So let's go there, and let's go for a really low amount of anti-alias, and there we can go back to 1, and let's see there the mapping and all the other stuffs. Irradiance map we can use to be faster and to spend less time in the rendering engine, because we have to do a tutorial series for V-Ray. We can go for a preset, and we can use, for example, the medium quality, and in the light cache we can use 1000 as we done inside final render, but we'll see in the future how to use these parameters and how to optimize rendering, quality, and speed. Okay, so let's set all the parameters we need for the rendering. Let's go for the ambient occlusion. Let's set 32 for the 16 for the subdivision to be not so slow. Let's go back there and let's use 3 for the global subdivision multiplier. We have the right and indirect illumination. Let's set to 2 and 8, and we are ready to use also the depth of field, and we can render this one without the need of the lens effect we used before. You can decide if you like to use it or not, and then save and render the image at final quality. I stopped the recording so we can see the final result together later. Checking the final image, I can say just something that can be done to have a better quality. I think that we can have on the glass we can have a little bit more bump, so we can try with 3 because you see we have not so much distortion there, and I like to see a little bit more. We can have an higher level of sampling there for the camera, so we can go for, let's try with 16. And another thing we can do is to have, it was not so slow, so we can go for 4 for the global subdivision multiplier. And for the other things, I think we can stay with this value, and it's really not bad, the result, and you can render it at very resolution. The thing I was thinking is that obviously if you want, we have the possibility also inside V-Ray to control in a better way the look using the camera. And I mean that, let's check everything, and let's go there, just to make a really fast example. Okay, that's our point of view. There you see that we have the possibility to use the physical camera. Let's go there, let's say V-Ray physical camera, and we have to set it in the right way. Okay, so we can, for example, align this one to the camera, center, okay, and we can align this one to our camera there, center and center. And there is something that's it is going wrong. Okay, let's move in a really fast way this one manually. And then again align. Okay, so that's the physical camera, and you see that we have a complete different set of stuffs there. We have the type of camera, we have all the information for the physical camera, and we have also the possibility to control the color balance. So for example, if we do a render with this kind of value, let's go for example there, let's set 1 and the really low there, and no depth of field, and 1, 2, let's see what happened. You see that we have obviously a different illumination because we have the exposure, and we are controlling all the stuffs using the real camera. So to obtain a better result with this one, you see that we have also the vignetting. Let's remove this one. We have to for example, let's go for 250 speed for the ISO, and that's really little better, but let's go there. And direct illumination, we need to be faster, so let's go for 250. Render. You see that we have not so much light still inside the scene because we have the exposure. And obviously if we remove the exposure control. Everything works fine, and we have the normal lighting. We have the possibility, you see, also to balance the white and control various steps, and we have the possibility to control various parameters directly from there, and we have also the possibility to have the distortion and all the other steps. It's just to see that we have the same control we have inside Final Render, but in Final Render we have to control directly on the 3ds Max camera. Let's go back to the standard camera, let's save, and let's set for the Final Render, we set for there, and we need 1000 there, medium there, and there you can set to maybe we can try also with a really high value as this one, but let's check just the piece, for example this one. Obviously it will be slower, but maybe it is a really good thing to do. I think we can stay also with the older settings, so let's go to 2 and 8. Okay, let's check for the last time there the depth of field. We have it, so you're ready to render your final image. And I think that for the moment that's all, and I hope to see you back on Max Cookie to check for new tutorial series coming from cgcookie.com. Bye.